Get ready. Yellowstone fans, the most anticipated chapter yet is almost here. The Yellowstone universe is expanding once again, and this time, all eyes are on the legendary Four Sixes Ranch. First announced back in 2021 alongside 1883, this upcoming series has been quietly simmering in anticipation while the franchise delivered hit after hit. 1883, the heart-wrenching pioneer epic, 1923, with its gritty intergenerational drama and lawman, Bass Reeves, which broadened the universe in powerful and unexpected ways. Now, with the original Yellowstone series wrapping up its groundbreaking run, the stage is set for Four Sixes to ride in and take the spotlight. Rooted in real history and filled with promise for a fresh but familiar kind of storytelling, Four Sixes promises to dive into the rich traditions, hardships, and modern challenges of one of the most storied ranches in America. This isn't just another spin-off. It's the next bold chapter in the ever-growing Dutton saga. Whether you're a longtime fan of John Dutton's empire or a newcomer looking to dive into the wild heart of Texas ranching culture, this new series is poised to capture your imagination and leave you wanting more. Since the Four Sixes series was first announced alongside 1883, the Yellowstone universe has given us four full shows: 1883, 1923, Lawman, Bass Reeves, and the continuation of Yellowstone itself. Yet somehow, Four Sixes has remained the elusive white buffalo of the franchise. It's been talked about, teased, and hinted at for years, but still no premiere date until now. Thankfully, all signs point to 2025 finally breaking the long-standing Four Sixes curse. So let's saddle up and dive deep into what makes this show and its setting so damn special. Before we even talk plot, characters, or casting, we've got to start with the crown jewel of this entire operation, the real Four Sixes Ranch. Unlike the fictional Dutton Ranch in Montana, the Four Sixes is not just a backdrop, it's a living, breathing piece of American history. Sprawled across over 266,000 acres of rugged Texas landscape, this ranch is a beast of its own, rooted in legacy, grit, and pure cowboy spirit. It dates all the way back to 1870 when a 19-year-old cowboy named Samuel Burke Burnett founded it. And get this, it stayed in his family for over a century. That kind of history doesn't just inform a story, it shapes it. When Burnett's great-granddaughter, Marion, passed away in 2020, she left behind a powerful legacy and a surprise. Her will stated the ranch must be sold, breaking the century-long hold her family had on the land. That's where Taylor Sheridan enters the story, not just as a creator, but as a man deeply invested in telling authentic boots-on-the-ground cowboy tales. By 2022, Sheridan had bought the ranch for a staggering $320 million, a move that wasn't just business, it was personal. You could almost say it was destiny. Soon after, the Four Sixes began making its mark in Yellowstone, with the story shifting south during seasons 4 and 5. And at the center of that shift, Jimmy Herdstrom. We watched as he made the brave leap from troubled ranch hand in Montana to a man searching for redemption and purpose in Texas. He left behind Maya and a whole lot of emotional baggage, met Emily, fell hard, and finally found a place where he belonged. By season 5, Jimmy was thriving, more grounded, confident, and content than we'd ever seen him. That wasn't just character development, it was a quiet setup for something much bigger. But here's the twist, Jimmy might not be the only Yellowstone transplant setting up shop at the Sixes. Enter Teeter, the rough around the edges, pink-haired firecracker who stole hearts with her no-nonsense attitude and loyal heart. After losing Colby in the series finale, we watched her make an emotional plea to Travis, asking for a job down in Texas. Travis, played by Sheridan himself, is never one for big speeches, but he gives her just enough, sending her straight to Jimmy. And with a silent nod, everything changes. Teeter steps into the Four Sixes Ranch, gets handed a horse named Man Killer, how fitting, right? And begins carving out a new chapter. The potential dynamic between Jimmy and Teeter is gold. Two underdog characters who've clawed their way into viewers' hearts, now sharing a new frontier together. Their chemistry isn't romantic, it's something even rarer, a mutual respect forged in shared struggle. Watching them team up in a rougher, grittier Texas environment? That's the kind of emotional payoff longtime fans deserve. Now, I'll be honest, Travis isn't exactly my favorite. As a character, he's got that cocky edge that often feels more grating than charming, and knowing that he'll have a bigger presence in this new show has me a little wary. But even with that hesitation, the promise of more Teeter and Jimmy easily outweighs it. Their journey is just beginning, and I'm here for every moment of it. So, what will the 4/6 series actually explore? Ranching culture at its toughest. A new wave of cowboys trying to make their mark. Old school values clashing with modern day pressures. And perhaps most importantly, characters like Teeter and Jimmy finding where they truly belong. This isn't just another Yellowstone spin-off, it's a bold, emotional, and ambitious new chapter in a saga that keeps getting better. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think 4/6 can live up to the hype? And are you as excited as I am to see Teeter and Jimmy step into the spotlight? And here's where things get really interesting, because rumor has it that Taylor Sheridan is still on the hunt for an A-list actor to anchor 4/6, and all signs are pointing to one name that's practically cowboy royalty, Matthew McConaughey. That's right. After years of swirling speculation about when and where McConaughey might enter the Yellowstone universe, this might finally be it. And honestly, what role could be more fitting for the Oscar winner than a gritty, nuanced Texas cowboy navigating life on one of the most iconic ranches in the country? Let's not forget this isn't just some Hollywood guy playing cowboy. McConaughey is a born and bred Texan, and that Lone Star swagger is already part of his DNA. You can practically hear him saying, "All right, all right, all right," while saddling up. His presence would bring a whole new energy to the show, a blend of soulful grit, weathered charm, and sharp-eyed intensity that few actors can pull off. Imagine him playing a seasoned ranch hand, a mysterious outsider, or even a weathered patriarch with a complicated past. The storytelling possibilities with McConaughey involved are endless, and if 4/6 lands him, it could catapult the series to the top of the Yellowstone legacy. As for the show's focus, this isn't just going to be Yellowstone South. While the flagship series dives deep into family legacies, land disputes, and political power plays, 4/6 is shaping up to be something more grounded and more personal. It's being described by insiders as a raw, intimate look into the lives of modern-day cowboys. Less courtroom drama, more saddle sores and sweat. It's about the people who live and breathe ranch life every single day. From sunup to sundown, from birth to branding to brutal loss, it's a boots on the ground. Look at what it really takes to run a working ranch in the 21st century. Some are even calling it a fictional documentary because of how closely it mirrors real life. And it makes sense the 4/6 ranch is no museum piece. It's alive, bustling with cattle, horses, ranch hands, and real challenges. Sheridan isn't staging a Hollywood fantasy. He's capturing the soul of a living landmark, blending fact with fiction to tell stories that feel authentic and hit hard. And just when you think this show might stand entirely on its own, here comes a curveball, the possible return of Rip and Beth. Yep, you read that right. When Yellowstone left us hanging with the couple's sudden departure from the Dutton Ranch, they didn't reveal where they were headed, just that it was far away from Dillon. Texas, perhaps? The 4/6 Ranch sure seems like the kind of place Rip could go to disappear, or maybe start fresh. If that's the case, we could be looking at one of the most explosive crossovers in the entire franchise. Picture this: Rip running into Travis again, two alpha personalities with history, tension, and a whole lot of attitude. It wouldn't be pretty, but it would be electric. And imagine Beth stirring things up in Texas, just as she always does, with her fierce loyalty, razor-sharp wit, and total disregard for the rules. The thought of her navigating the rigid, proud culture of the Four Sixes, that alone could carry an entire season. At this point, Four Sixes isn't just a spin-off, it's shaping up to be a powerful evolution of the Yellowstone legacy. With Makanaki potentially joining the cast, the return of beloved characters, and a focus on authenticity that's unlike anything else on TV, the series could be Sheridan's most grounded and emotionally gripping project yet. So what do you think? Would you be excited to see McConaughey ride into the Yellowstone universe? And do you think Rip and Beth could really show up in Texas? Let me know your theories because this ride's just getting started. The only thing that has me holding my breath just a little is the fact that we still don't have an official release date, even though it's been confirmed that Four Sixes is slated for 2025. And yes, executive producer Christina Voros recently shared that she's unsure whether the show is still actively in development, which definitely gave fans a bit of a scare. But before we start panicking, let's remember, NB still has it listed for a 2025 release, and Taylor Sheridan has a reputation for playing things close to the vest. So, for now, I'm keeping the faith and keeping my fingers firmly crossed. Thank you so much for sticking with me through all the latest Yellowstone and Four Sixes updates. Your support, your comments, and your theories are what make this community so incredible. If you're just as excited and maybe a little impatient as I am, be sure to hit that like button and follow for weekly deep dives, news, and behind-the-scenes insights. We're in this together, and trust me, when Four Sixes finally drops, we'll be ready. And hey, while you're here, check out the video on the screen. It might just take you deeper into the Yellowstone universe than you've ever gone before. Until next time, stay wild, stay curious, and I'll see you on the ranch.